Welcome to the Tom Driver Show. Pat O Melia here with my coffee. It's had election day in the state of New Jersey and in Tom's River. So there were some surprises, still some surprises going on as we speak. Now I covered a lot of the Hudson County. I'm from Hudson County, Jersey City. So I cover Hudson County, Jersey City, and of course Tom's River here. A lot of surprises, like I said, some still going on. We don't know who the governor is right now, so that's to be decided. It'll all come down to the vote by mail, you know. And if we can go to ShopRite and we go to Home Depot and we can go to all these stores, we can go and vote. Unless you're out of the country or you're disabled, that sort of thing, you don't need to vote by mail, because this could take weeks for us to find out who the governor is, and some other races pretty tight. We'll talk about that when we get into the show. But the vote by mail, you know, one of the reasons we moved everything to November, these elections, was to save money. We're not saving any money this way. You know, the early voting, I think 200,000 people in New Jersey took advantage of that. If you divide that by the amount of municipalities, that was like 380 people per municipality. We spent millions of dollars on that, and we're spending millions on the early voting, which is your money. So it's, like I said, if we can go to Home Depot and we go to ShopRite and we go to movies and we go to football games and we do all that, we can go and vote on Election Day. And at the end of the night, we tabulate the scores, the votes, and boom, we know who the winners are. But that's not the case, at least not statewide. All right, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the Biden effect, Tom's River races, the Ocean County races, drug prices, a whole bunch of stuff. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I'll be right back.
Introducing the all-new Ford Maverick. A truck for people who do stuff. And people who make stuff. People like Gabrielle Union.
I make this look good, don't I?
Who haul whatever they want to wherever they want. Like wood to build things made of wood with. And friends to get weird with. It's for long trips that the standard hybrid engine with a targeted EPA estimated city fuel economy rating of 40 miles per gallon helps with. That an 8-inch touchscreen connects with. And any trip that this interior makes more comfortable. But we'll let Gabrielle tell you all about it.
Or I could just tell them it's a Ford truck that starts at less than $20,000 MSRP.
Yep, that works too. The all-new Ford Maverick, built to defy expectations.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back, Tom's River Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Got my coffee. Actually, for a change, it's actually hot. I just got it out of the pot. Tastes good. Getting ready for Thanksgiving? Supposedly, there may be a stuffing shortage. So go get your stuffing now. Actually, don't wait until the last minute. Go get your birds while they're still there, because supposedly we're going to have a shortage of turkeys. Now, at home, what we do, years ago we used to have the whole bird. Now we have Frankenberg. We basically go out and get a bunch of legs and thighs, about 25 pounds of such. And everybody in the family likes stock meat, so my kids like the turkey legs, I like the thighs, so all of us are happy. As I was saying, but you should do it early, because you don't know what is going to be in stock at the supermarket. The Biden effect. You know, Murphy had some issues in New Jersey, as we all know. He had no problem with taxes, which is one of the things Jack Citarelli was pounding away on during the campaign about, you know, if your problem is the high taxes and New Jersey isn't your state. Well, I think that was an issue. But more than just Murphy, it was the Biden effect. You know, there's a lot going on in the country right now. Biden's got low numbers. Jimmy Carter is sitting back saying, oh, man, am I thankful for Joe Biden. I'm no longer the worst president in modern times here, in my lifetime anyway. Biden's got terrible numbers, just super low. Inflation, it's rampant here. We got gas prices. Gas prices went up like 10 cents a gallon a week ago. Immigration is off the charts here. The southern border is under attack. The southern border issues. We got refugees coming from Afghanistan, Haiti. We're bringing them all in, and we're shipping them out to different parts of the country, and people are having issues with that. You have the pipeline cancellations. You have restrictions on oil and natural gas productions. It was all part of the green program. You got what happened in Afghanistan. You got trillions in spending. Even the Democrats with the spending go, whoa, wait a minute here. You're looking for trillions of dollars. Now, you and I, of a certain age, we're not the ones who are going to pay back those trillions of dollars, which won't cost anything. We'll make it up with getting Bezos and Elon Musk. And it turns out, they're looking to review every $600 deposit. So everything Biden does is turned to what. We have food shortages. What are we, in Venezuela or Cuba here? We have food shortage. You go to ShopRite and there's huge empty spaces on the shelves. That's not who we are. And it shouldn't be that way. We had some shortages during the height of the pandemic. But, we made, we have one of the problems was a lot of hoarding that was going on. But right now, you want to get, like I said a couple of weeks ago, you want to get Uncle Ben's rice or Ben's rice now, because we're all politically correct, you can't get it. The prices of meat have gone up incredibly. Eggs, the staples have gone up, 10, 15%, and they're continuing to go up. They've said this Thanksgiving will be the most expensive Thanksgiving in our history. This is all one guy doing that. Say what you want about Trump. You weren't a Trump guy, whatever it is. We weren't in this situation. And there were some issues with Trump. So even if you're a Trump supporter, there were some issues there. We got the supply line problems. We got ships, floating off the West Coast. Now, the East Coast, we're pretty good. I'm in Jersey City. We could see the Hudson River. We raised the Bayonne Bridge recently to get the bigger cargo ships in. Not an issue on the East Coast, but the problem is it's a lot easier to get from China and Japan to our West Coast instead of these ships, crossing, the lower part of the United States to get to the East Coast. So there are reasons why they're all boxed up in California. And the other thing is what's gotten everybody upset is free for all except for you. I mean, they're talking about giving $450,000 a person who immigrated here from the southern border last year. That's your money. So this is starting to resonate. Even the people who are kind of liberal about this are saying, well, it's a little out of hand. And these are the things that are coming back, what I call the Biden effect. Now, like I said, certainly, Murphy had some issues. The tax situation, nobody's denying that. But, it wasn't all Murphy's fault, and the Jersey Dems are paying the price for that. And you're seeing it in the election results last night. We're going to break for commercial. We'll come back, and we'll talk about the Biden effect on Murphy and the state of New Jersey. You're watching the Tom River Show. I'll be right back. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or a quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back. I got my coffee. Going more on the Biden effect, then we'll get into the elections. You know, Murphy's going to win with the vote by mail, which is one of the problems. You know, we got tons of these votes to the count. Now, whether a Murphy or a Citarelli guy, you know, I had Jack Citarelli on the Shore Show. It was never, you know, a campaign stop for him. We were talking about promoting the Jersey Shore and tourism. But a part of that guest appearance by Citarelli on the Shore Show became an attack ad on Citarelli. I'm very confident Murphy wins when they count up all these vote by mails. Hudson County came out big. You got the two monster vote generators and Nicholas Sacco in North Bergen, Brian Stack in Union City. I think Brian Stack is being credited with like 2/3 of the vote outcome in Hudson County alone for the one city of Union City, because Brian Stack knows how to get out the vote. But Murphy is going to win, but he's going to lose in the long run here because the Democratic Party in Trenton got kneecapped here. I mean, assembly seats are lost, state senate seats are lost. You got some heavy hitters that right now don't know if they've been reelected. Steve Sweeney, the Senate president. Sweeney is like a political icon in New Jersey. He's behind at like 2,000 votes as of this taping to a guy named Durr, who was a truck driver and spent a whopping $154 on his campaign. He is 2,000 votes ahead of Sweeney as it stands right now. Now, I'm sure the vote by mail will come in and there'll be some cartridges they'll find or some district didn't report. 2,000 votes in a close election in a district, that's a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Steve Sweeney. You know, the teachers union 4 years ago did all they could to take out Steve Sweeney. They spent millions of dollars trying to take out Steve Sweeney in the last election cycle. And here's this guy Durr who did it with $154. It looks like as it stands now. Yeah, I like Steve Sweeney. It's sad if he loses. Ben Capel in Monmouth County. Ben is one of the guys that actually works. He does the job. When Tom's River, when we were having the problems with the never-ending construction on 166 and 137, he was one of the guys I called years ago. He was on the transportation committee. When everything was falling on deaf ears, Ben Capel got, and it wasn't even his, his county or district, but he got involved. He's behind by like 500 votes right now. These are heavy hitters. You know, Monmouth County went Citarelli, even though I think Murphy had said that they were going to turn that blue. That didn't happen. Is it all Murphy's fault? No. The taxes are an issue in New Jersey. I think Governor Murphy would agree to that now. But when you add it in, you know, all our local problems, then you put the Biden factor on top of it, the Biden effect, that's a problem for Murphy, and it's going to be a problem. Because they're talking right now about losing 8 of the assembly seats, 8 to 10. You got Senate seats being lost. Tom's River had an election here, too. Everything went Republican. Again, you probably could have had a Biden effect there because the last election cycle, the Democrats took 3 of the 4 ward seats here in Tom's River. Maria Maruca was the only one to survive 4 years ago. Mo's men, 2 of them won. James Quinslisk and Dave Cesaro. They are the new council people here in Tom's River. They were on the Mo ticket. They were supported by Mo. And the anti-Mos, my buddy Dan Roderick, I like Dan, and Justin Lamb, I don't know him, but he's an ally of Dan Roderick. Like I said, probably a Biden effect there also with some of the Democrats. There are no Democrats on the Tom's River Council. Mo Hill may be wishing he had some Democrats on that council when they were all seated here. Council meetings are certainly going to be more interesting in Toms River. There'll be more contentious, that's for sure. That's what's going to happen now. But I'm going to talk about the Ocean County Commissioners. You want a little tension on the council. Like I said, Mo Hill's going to be wishing he had Democrats. That Turnback guy, he lost, and he did a pretty good job in Toms River. Mo's going to be wishing because Lamb and Roderick are going to be noisy. Hopefully they're noisy in a positive way for the township of Toms River. That's what's important. Just making noise for the sake of making noise isn't going to help anyone. But Roderick's a pretty smart guy. I don't know much about Lamb. I know he's law enforcement. Let's break for commercial. We'll finish some more election stuff. You're watching the Toms River Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. Toms River Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Remember, if you got no love me on Facebook, subscribe to me on YouTube. You'll see all that stuff on the bottom of the screen, Twitter and Instagram and all that. Like I said, Mo's going to be wishing for the days of Laurie and Terrence on the council, because you're going to have Roderick and Roderick and Justin Lamb. And in the back of those council chambers now, in the shadows, either literally or figuratively, there'll be Mo Hill. The shadow. No, Mo Hill. Jeez, man, I have a problem today. Too many political names in my head. There'll be Georgia Gilmore, because George was involved with Roderick and Lamb. I guarantee you that. And Gilmore will be giving some advice, and he's probably the smartest political individual in Ocean County. So that will be pretty good advice going their way. Roderick, within a year, the supercharged Dan Roderick, by the way, he's morphed up. It's like he got bitten by a radioactive spider. He's got some energy in him now. That supercharged Dan Roderick, I will guarantee you again, within a year or so, will be running for mayor of Toms River. He will face off again with Mo Hill in Mo Hill's reelection. Now, Mo knows that feeling he's got on his back, that feeling is a target, and that target was placed there by Dan Roderick. As soon as he won last night, his next step is to be the mayor of Toms River, and with George Gilmore lurking in the background. It's a good shot. So Mo's got a lot of work to do over the next 2 years because, Dan Roderick's going to be doing his work. Mo doesn't want to run the risk of being one and done and being some footnote in Toms River history. He certainly wants to do a second term. That I'm sure of. For that matter, in Jersey City, the homeland, Steve Fulop last night won his third election in a row. He's the first mayor to win 3 consecutive elections since Frank Hague. He got 6 of his council members across the line. There's one in a runoff, a friend of mine, Richie Borgiano. So Steve's feeling pretty good today. More of the Biden effect. The Ocean County Commissioners, there was an election, 2 of them were up. There were Democrats running against them, but the Democrats really had no assistance at all from the electoral voters. They didn't conjure up many votes. That, again, could be a Biden effect there. But it would have been good if you would have had one. You got Quinn reelected and Bobby Joe Sierra won election last night, Tuesday night. it would have been great if you had different voices, maybe a little youth on the Ocean County Commissioners. Quinn is 65, Bobby Joe is 73. There's no diversity on the Ocean County Commissioners Board. None at all. There's a bunch of old white people. And I don't have a problem with old white people, but, have some diversity. Get some youth on there. Everybody on that Ocean County Commissioner Council was around the day the music died. Remember the song American Pie? They were all around then. 1959. They were all on that Ocean County. And it's the same thing. It brings a new meaning to the old boys club there. And it's more of the same is going to go on with the Ocean County. It would be like I did a couple of weeks ago with they're all going to hold hands and kumbaya and vote unanimously because they're all unanimous votes on the Ocean County Commissioner Board. We all love each other. We all work together. We will vote for anything. It's like you need a Roderick. You need somebody who's going to take the counterpoint. And that you don't have on the Ocean County Commissioner Board. And it's just more of the same there. The only time they stop holding hands is when they're writing a check with your money. And that's the whole thing here. It just wouldn't hurt if you had a different view, some youth there, maybe a different party affiliation to get more information out to the public, give the public a chance to say, they hear the counterpoint, hear a different view on what's going before the commissioners, because they all vote in unison. Yes, we vote, yes, yay, yay, yay. Come on. I covered the Hudson County Commissioner Board. There's a lot of views and a lot of opinions there, but that's what you want. You want to get the best possible result. Not everybody holding hands in unison, Watching the Tom Ribber Show. We're going to break the commercial. We'll be right back.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings. It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
Tom's Ribber Show, Pat O Melia here, you there. Remember everything on the bottom of the screen? How you get in touch with us? You got some issues? Tom's Ribber issues, Ocean County issues, consumer issues. We're here, then we like issues. Now that things are on the table politically, you got the guy in Virginia that, President Biden said, I have full confidence that that Democratic governor will win re-election. Didn't work out that way. So maybe now in D.C. and Washington, they're going to say, well, we need to hit the reset. Is there a reset button? We need to hit it right now before we go down flaming. Like I said, that was the last Tom's River Show or the city show we do up in the other studio. If things don't change, they talk about an insurrection on January the 6th, you're going to have one hell of an insurrection in Congress on the midterms next year if things don't change. Maybe what you do, you go back to the basics, serving the people. Once you're elected, I don't care what party you're with, Republican, or Dem, or Independent, do the business of the people. You're not campaigning anymore. You're there, do the job. Start campaigning when it's time. Not, the 24/7, 365 that goes on. Everything is, partisan. Time to do the business of the people. One of those things we need to look at is drug prices. And there is talk, part of this $1 trillion spending that Biden wants to get through, which I'm sure they're going to find that reset button, reset, is drug prices, allowing Medicare and Medicaid to negotiate with the drug manufacturers, Big Pharma. I don't even know why that's an issue. Why can't they? You know, Medicare, Medicaid is probably the biggest buyer of medicine through the various programs, Medicare and Medicaid, than any other insurance company. If they can't, why can't the FDA? Somebody has got to turn around and say, listen, we got to get these prices. Now, I looked at one. It was insulin. You'll see the numbers on the screen of what we pay for it in the United States and what other countries pay. The same exact stuff. United States, insulin is $98.70. Japan's $14.40. Canada, which is we share a border with, you know, you can, if you're further up north, you can walk over. You can drive to Canada today. You can buy that same insulin for $12. Germany, $11. France is $9. The UK is $7.52 and Australia $6.94. There is a problem when there's an $86.70 difference between the United States and Canada for the same drug that we supposedly manufacture in the United States, which one of the things we learned during the pandemic was, guess what? We don't manufacture spit here. We needed masks, we needed penicillin, whatever we needed, we didn't have because we don't make it here anymore. All comes from China. I realize there's R&D that's involved with these medicines. There's years and years of testing to get FDA approval and all, except for the COVID-19 vaccine. You fast track that. It shouldn't be that much money for us when it's $12 in Canada. But there's other problems with our health care. There's the aspects of health. There, of course, is you. There's the hospital. There's the doctor. There's the insurance companies. And Big Pharma. Those are the four. Two of the four are making bank. Billions and billions of dollars every year. When the other two, you are paying huge money for premiums and prescriptions. And the hospitals, until COVID, there were mergers going on left and right because hospitals were having a struggle. They were having a problem making ends meet. They were going into the bankruptcy. They were swimming in red ink. One of the problems they have is negotiating with these insurance companies for whatever procedures were done. Now, I don't know how the mergers will go on now, because one thing we learned through the pandemic is you want local hospitals. We learned a real lesson there. Plus, we learned that we should be manufacturing what we need here in the United States. Something has to be done in that medical circle between the patient, doctor, the hospital, Big Pharma, and the insurance company. Because you have physicians that were just thrown in their practice, joining these mega medical conglomerates because they couldn't handle anymore. They couldn't handle trying to deal with these insurance companies or the paperwork or the insurance. And I guarantee you, one of the reasons those prices are so high in the United States for prescriptions is insurance and the courts. That is something that needs to start to be done in Washington, the basics. Go to the basics. The first thing we should work on is healthcare. Let's make it more affordable. We don't need Big Pharma and insurance companies making billions of dollars where everybody else is like, they're turning their pockets inside and out. All right, we're out of show. You watch the Tom River Show? Thank you. I'm Pat O Melia. I'll see you next week. Good night.